Hey guys, welcome back to the DrCliffAuD vlog. This is vlog number 197, and today I want to give you guys an update on what's been going on over at HearingLoss.com. Hopefully you like my t-shirt. If you want one for yourself, maybe I can hook you up with one. Just let me know down in the comments section. But before I give you the update, guys, do me a huge favor, click the like button, really helps out the channel. And if you want to get notified every single time I publish a new video, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel with notifications turned on. That being said, it's greatly appreciated. Now let's go ahead and give you guys a little bit of a background here. So if you missed my original vlog, which was probably 6 to 8 months ago, talking about this new HearingLoss.com platform, you might want to go back and check that out. I'll try to link it in the description below. But essentially, a couple of years ago, I started chatting with Mason Walker, who is the president of Audigy Group, which is an audiology management company. They have a lot of different private practice audiology clinics across the United States and Canada, and they provide them with different management services to make sure that their members are upholding a really high quality of care delivery, which is great. But we were looking for ways to kind of like work together, because my vision and what I wanted for like my Hearing Up organization, which is a group of hearing care professionals who've been vetted to follow comprehensive best practice care to make sure that you can hear your absolute best. You know, I wanted to continue on with that mission, but I really wanted to grow and expand that to have more clinic locations for you guys to go to that you could trust with your hearing. And so as time went on and we had COVID kind of got in the way, actually at the very beginning of our discussions of what we wanted to do together, it eventually got to the point where we're like, you know what? Let's do a joint venture with HearingLoss.com, because Audigy owned the domain, but they weren't really doing anything with it. And so it was a perfect opportunity for us to really start developing this informational platform like you would have with WebMD, which is like the place that you go anytime that you have something going wrong with you health-wise. You go to WebMD and try to learn about whatever your condition is and figure out, do you need to go see a doctor? Do you not need to go see a doctor? Whatever the case may be. And we wanted that, but for hearing specifically. Now, when I'm talking hearing, I'm really talking about like hearing loss. I'm talking about hearing loss prevention. I'm talking about vestibular or balance. And I'm also talking about tinnitus. There's a lot of things that go into like audiology in general. And we wanted this website to be an all-encompassing website that is talking about all of these different things. The other thing that we wanted to do on HearingLoss.com was have a guided hearing experience where you could actually go take a hearing screener, find out if maybe you have a hearing loss, and then get you referred to a local clinic so you can have them test your hearing further and potentially get you treated for your hearing loss if you have one. And I gotta say that the development of that has been fantastic. I think it's the best hearing screener that is available online anywhere. And yes, you can find that at HearingLoss.com, of course. Now, the biggest part of this, though, is really doing this HearingLoss.com certified clinic. And the reason we're doing this is because we want to make sure that if we're referring individuals to a clinic to get their hearing tested and to get their hearing treated, we want to make sure that the place that you're getting referred to is really good. We don't want to just have anybody be able to be on the locator tool on HearingLoss.com. So we decided to essentially, in this joint venture, develop something that's called the HearingLoss.com Certified, which is essentially they've gone through my process to vet them to make sure that they're following comprehensive audiologic best practices, but they're also going through Audigy's Patients for Life program, to where they're making sure that they're providing an excellent experience inside of the clinic as well. And so it's been a little slow going. And so in my first vlog, you may notice, if you guys have watched it already, that I was a little like, you know, are we going to get their Audigy members to actually join and want to go through this vetting process? You know, and honestly, you don't really know until you try. And I have to say that it's gone pretty well. It hasn't been like, oh my gosh, everybody decided to join at one time. It's been kind of like we needed to educate the providers of like, hey, here's what we're actually trying to do. Here's why it's beneficial to your patients. Here's why it's beneficial to you as a clinic owner to actually go through this process that we have to get HearingLoss.com certified. So when you go onto HearingLoss.com, you're going to find every single Hearing Up member. So you can find every Hearing Up member on HearingUp.com, of course, but you can also see every Hearing Up member on HearingLoss.com. You can also see every Audigy member on HearingLoss.com, but only the individuals who've gone through my vetting process and who have gone through patients for life with Audigy are what we call HearingLoss.com Certified. So, finding one of these members on HearingLoss.com will substantially increase the likelihood that you're going to receive a fantastic treatment experience as well as a fantastic treatment outcome. Honestly, it's not just a site that you can just open up a clinic, submit your information, and get on the site. That's not how it works. And I ultimately think that this is going to be the hub that people go to when they're trying to learn about their hearing loss and when they're trying to find a place to go to actually treat their hearing loss. Is it to some degree competitive with HearingUp.com? I guess maybe a little bit, but really because every HearingUp.com member is on HearingLoss.com, it really kind of enhances, I would say, the awareness and value of being a HearingUp member as well. So I find it to be essentially mutually beneficial. Now, that being said, you guys know my goal with this, right? Like, it's the same thing for everything. I do love my profession. I do find value in the things that we do, of course, and I do want my profession to succeed, but not at the expense of individuals with hearing loss. My top priority is to make sure that you, if you have hearing loss, that you have an excellent place to go who's going to take care of you the right way. Because we know that a lot of places that are out there, whether they're private practice, whether they're a big box store, whether they're a hospital group, whatever, the vast majority of these places do not follow best practices, which means that you are not actually going to hear your best, even if you purchase the most expensive hearing aids in the world, okay? Now, I embarked on this mission, in 2017 when I started my channel, but 2019 when I launched HearingUp was really kind of like I'm putting a stake in the ground saying, okay, from this point forward, if you follow best practices, that is what you need to be doing. If you're not following best practices, then it's my job to try to encourage you as a hearing care professional to start following best practices. And the only way that I'm successful at doing that is encouraging consumers with hearing loss to only be willing to go to a clinic that follows these best practice protocols or go to a provider that follows these best practice protocols. So where are we at right now? Well, we don't have a ton of clinic, or not, we have a good amount of clinics that have come over from Audigy who have gotten their essentially their certification, their HearingLoss.com certification, but there is still a lot more work to do. And I think that the more that I provide education inside of their management group, that the more their members are going to realize, you know what, this is really good for consumers and it's good for us as a profession, because what has to be, if you really want something to grow and be successful, it has to be good for everybody who gets involved with it. And so I think that here over the course of the end of 2023 and throughout the course of 2024, that we are going to have the majority of Audigy members being HearingLoss.com certified, which when you combine that with all of the HearingUp members, you are going to have a lot of options when it comes to going to find a clinic that follows comprehensive best practices. So it is truly in your best interest. Now, what I would like from you guys is to really let me know how important you think that this is to have a really good vetted clinic or vetted provider who is going to be providing you with hearing care. I can take your comments and take it back to Audigy and say, hey, listen, here is what people with hearing loss want. Now, you can take all of these comments and send it to your members and say, hey guys, we really want you to be actually doing this HearingLoss.com certification, but we need the encouragement. And I can only encourage people so much, and the leadership over at Audigy can only encourage their members so much. At the end of the day, this is driven by consumer demand. So if you guys really feel like this is a good idea and it's something that you want to see grow, so you can have access to high quality hearing care, which will also make everybody else who is not on HearingLoss.com want to provide a higher level of care so they can keep up with the standard that we are going to be setting inside of the profession. So yes, leave those comments in the comment section below. I will be looking through all of them. The sooner that you ask the question when I launch this video, the more likelihood that I'm going to go in and directly answer it, and the more likelihood that I'm going to be able to take those questions and send them off to the Audigy members so they can see what it is that you guys actually want. That being said, I hope you enjoyed this episode today, guys. If you did, make sure that you hit that like button, and as always, I'll see you next week.